and welcome to Pitch Day. My name is Peace Mitchell and I'm co-founder of the Women's Business School, and I'm also the Queensland ambassador for WEDO. Before we begin, I'd like to pay my respects to the traditional owners of the land that I live and work on, the Mamu people of North Queensland, and I'd like to pay my respects to traditional owners and elders past, present and emerging right across Australia and the Torres Strait. Today, we are celebrating Women's Entrepreneurship Day. Women's Entrepreneurship Day is celebrated right around the world every year in November, and it celebrates the work of women in entrepreneurship. Today, you'll be hearing from some incredible women entrepreneurs as they share their journey and their stories and their vision for their business. I'd like to begin by welcoming our panelists to the stage, Amanda Thompson and Wadzi. Welcome.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hey guys.
It's wonderful to have you both here. Amanda, for people who haven't met you before, I would love you to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about who you are and what you do.
Yes, I'm Amanda Thompson and I am the Director of Endurance Financial. So all things small business, women and finances.
Beautiful. It's so wonderful to have you here, Amanda. And we have Wadzi here. Hi, Wadzi.
Hey, lovely Peace. So my name is Wadzanan Enzo, aka Wadzi, and I'm the founder and CEO and share market educator for a business called Her Economics, where I love to teach Australian women the basics of the share market.
Beautiful. Well, it's wonderful to have you both here. Thank you so much for being here to support our pitches today for Pitch Day. I'd now like to bring our first presenter to the stage, Bianca.
Baranimata.
Hi, Bianca.
Hello.
How
are you?
I'm really good. So today, Bianca's pitch will be a video presentation. So let's roll the tape.
Baranimata, I'm Bianca Staworski and I'm a Buddy Maya and Ukrainian woman. I operate Warrida Holistic Wellness, which is an international Indigenous social enterprise. Basically, what I do is decolonising mental health and wellbeing. So many people came to me. They have been through all the mental health systems. They have been potentially institutionalised, medicated, and basically spat out the other end. And what I realised was that mental health, well-being, healing doesn't actually need to look like that. It can be outside, it can be in connection with country, it is in relationship with each other. And basically, women and all people innately know how to heal themselves. So what I do is support people to give them the space to heal on their own terms. As a Buddy Maya woman, it was really important for me to bring in Indigenous healing practices in everything that I do. I mean, just listening, sitting in Ngāti Gawanda, sitting in that deep listening, that deep inner listening, that is the bit that's so important. I think we've missed the message with the way people heal. We've got rising global crises with mental health conditions. What we're doing at the moment isn't working. This does. And it doesn't matter who you are, it works. Our Indigenous healing practices have efficacy, they're important, and they create change in our communities.
Oh, so beautiful, Bianca. Congratulations on your pitch. That was really beautiful, that video. Now we have an extra panelist who has joined us as well. Prashant is here. Hello, Prashant.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I'd love to throw to the panelists now to ask questions of Bianca.
Hello, Bianca.
Hello, gorgeous.
Yeah. So I just have a question. What's your ask? I mean, what are you asking from us? What support are you looking for?
Probably networking. I'd like to extend my reach. So I'm international now, but I want to extend that reach further. So I guess connecting to people, mentors maybe, that can assist me to do that, to help reach more women that need our services.
Okay. No, that's good. I'll touch base with you after this, by the way, because I think there's some really good people that I can connect you with regarding that. Yep.
Just extending on Vincent's question, what is the ideal, people that you want to connect? Like what characteristic, when you say connecting people, like what kind of people?
Are you talking about as in the mentors, or are you talking about my clients? Sorry.
Probably both.
Both. So I work with women generally in that 40 plus age range.
Yep.
Feeling quite disillusioned with life, or may have a mental health diagnosis, and just have been through all the systems. They want something different. So what I'm trying to do is, we know that this is a global issue, and we also know that the lessons that COVID have given us is that we don't actually need to be in the same space as the person supporting us. And what I'm finding is that people from all over the world are wanting to access Indigenous healing practices because they want something different. They want relational, they want connection. So I guess anyone, any mentor or anyone that can support me into further that reach, so that more people know about what we do, would be really important and very much appreciated.
If I understand, the center you have is a physical center, so someone has to come there. They come there in some time, or how does it work?
No, we have a physical center, but also, as you can see by all the plants behind me, this is actually intentional. So for the people that I work with through the UK, interstate, this is bringing country in. So we actually encourage them to bring country into the Zoom, and so people don't have to be in the same location. I'm quite often up at very early in the morning, so I can manage time zones in other countries.
Understand. Okay. And can I ask one last question is, what is the current demographic that represents most of your existing clientele? Okay,
so I've got three, basically. So individuals, that 40 plus age range for women. And then I also do these Indigenous immersive wellbeing retreats, which are generally for women. Most men don't want to come and see me, and that's fine. And then I work with organisations and departments at that systems change level to create that trauma-informed care and practice and culturally integrated services. So creating systems change throughout their organisations. So that's the other part to what I do.
Okay, great. Well, if men are not coming, lost to them, because it's November and we should be talking about mental health of men. So yeah, so very, very important. They need to open up, and I think that awareness is important. But what you are doing is great. So okay, I'll keep my eyes and ear open. Right, thank you.
Thank you. The workshops, the systems change workshops are open to everybody. It's just that, you know, women need their own healing spaces, and there are some amazing men that do similar work that I collaborate with that would be great for working with men.
Yep, I'm quite familiar because the part of India I come from, we are literally known for it. So the whole, it's like second Himalaya, put it that way. It's like the monks everywhere. So I definitely resonate with what you are saying. So yeah, definitely. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I'd like to add to that, I do have mental health qualifications. So I'm not just some random person that's coming in and doing this. So yeah, but just to add to that.
Okay.
It was an awesome video, Bianca, and very peaceful, and I think it sets the scene of what you do really well. What I'd like you to try and expand on is, give me your target networking person. Like who is it, or what organizations do you truly want to be connected with to expand your business?
Yeah, so the decision makers in organisations and corporate and departments is really where I want to go. Not just the procurement officers. I want the delegates that are making the decision that actually can see the value of what I do as a systems change level in organisations and departments. They're the people I want to tackle. I obviously love working at that grassroots level, and that's still very, very important. But if we're going to create change, we need to create it at both the grassroots and the corporate level. That's the only way change is going to happen. So I want to go straight to the big people. So if you can help me with that, that would be awesome.
How about schools?
Look, I think it's not the area that I work in. And
I mean the teachers.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can work in schools with changing systems for teachers, definitely, that would create change for the students.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well done. It's amazing, and I love it. And hopefully we can get your networking opportunities there for you.
Yeah, it'll be good. Sorry, just one more question for you there, Bianca. Before I forget, what's your business model? Like, how are you planning?
I'm a company structure.
Yeah.
So I'm a certified supply nation, so Indigenous business, and a certified social enterprise based as a company structure.
Okay, sure. And are you charging the corporate? Is that how your profit is coming from, charging the corporate clients? Is that right?
Yeah, well, corporates and individuals. So I do work with NDIS participants,
Yeah.
but yes, government and corporate clients is where I get most of my work from.
Got it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bianca, and thank you to our panelists for those amazing questions. Congratulations, Bianca.
Thank you so much, and have a good rest of the day.
You too. All right. I'd now like to welcome our next speaker, and that will be Amy Aquilini. Please join me in welcoming Amy to the stage. Hey, Amy, how are you?
Hi, well, team, how are you all today?
Yeah, we're good. Well, I'll
Thank
let you take
so
it
much
away.
for giving me this opportunity. I'm really excited to bring this idea to life. So my name is Amy Aquilini. I am founder of Aqua Online. I am a coach, a speaker, an author, serial entrepreneur who's extremely driven in creating change in this world. I would like today to speak to you about bringing to life my idea of like building an app that supports women who do struggle but know they have more in them to create the life they want to live, but they don't know how to get there, or they struggle with their ideas. So I wanted to bring together an app where so you have your free versions, but then you have like your monthly subscriptions and stuff like that. Take to find. Yeah, I want to help them find their flow and like build their dream business. I'm still in the very early stages of developing this, but I want to bring it to life because I know it's gonna change the way women, I don't know, like even deal with their mental health and stuff like that. So today I'm asking for the capital to bring that together, and connections to like app builders and people like that who can help me bring it to life. And I was even thinking, even like having a brainstorming session with like with anyone who wants to put input into this, to just get really clear on where I'm going with this. Yeah. Thank you.
Well
Beautiful.
done, Amy.
Thank you.
I might jump in first because I love and adore Amy, and I just want to say that was amazing, and you should be really proud of yourself because you hardly looked at any notes. So you've obviously really practiced this, and you and I know that that's a major thing for you. So in itself, that's huge. So well done.
Thank you so much.
What I want you to expand on for the group is, have you researched what the capital amount you'd require to get this started? And do you know of any other apps that are going that you would compare yourself to?
So I have researched this. To bring the app for this quality together, I'm looking at 250,000. Just wait a moment and I'll get my other book. Sorry, and what was the rest of that question?
Have you researched other apps that would be?
Yes, I have them here.
Tell us a couple of other apps that you would be.
So like I want to tie in like the mindful apps and stuff like that, but then I don't know, it's a really out there idea where I want to put pretty much everything we do in the Mompreneur community into an app, like build that as an app to help, I don't know, women who don't feel like their idea is big enough and help them like birth their idea. I'm trying to find that page because I did.
Okay. Do you know, and I'm looking at the Facebook comments, I'm not sure if you are, Peace, and what an amazing community we have, because when you go through and read this, Ames, Miss Robin Baker has said, Amy, I can help connect you to a free app development through my uni connections.
Oh, awesome.
So Robin's listening and you need to PM Robin, okay?
Yeah, I will.
And I also know a couple of mindfulness app people, and in terms of they're providing their own. So what I might do is connect you as well, and I won't hog you anymore because there's two other people that are desperate to speak to you.
Yes, I am desperate. I'm desperate. So Amy, I have a question. Like, have you already found out the kind of the demand for exactly what you're trying to put out there? So have you already seen some traction? Like, do you have a similar program that's not on an app per se, but like have you done a workshop or something that showcases that there's demand for the service you're going to be offering with this app?
So I have really focused on our Mompreneur community, and I would like to bring all of the support and ideas into an app to help, like, to be really easy for like single moms that are out there that really struggle to get to appointments and stuff, so that they can do it in their own time. And people with disabilities that, you know, when I started with the Mompreneur community, I didn't think that I'd ever run my own business. I didn't feel that with my disability I was capable, but I want to teach others that you can do it. If you believe you can do it, you can do it, because I've done it, and I know that there is a greater calling for this. Like, even just speaking to people around town, people from out of town and stuff like that, it's a very, I feel that it's going to be a very powerful, network.
Yeah, sure. So it sounds great. But what I also want to actually kind of suggest to you is before even getting to that big step of having an app, you can start testing, like the market. You can start doing online workshops around this idea just to get.
I just published my first workshop a few weeks ago. It's Release Your Inner Confidence.
Fantastic.
I'm going to keep building on it and see how I go.
That's
maybe even some support to build on that idea.
Yeah. So is it like a course, or is it like a one-day workshop?
A course. Yeah. I've allowed it to be like a 3-month course because I want to kind of target people that do have disabilities but want more in life. And I know the stress that it does put on you. And like I feel that people need, sorry, brain fart. People need that support in showing them that, it is possible, and to lift them up through their struggles. And
No, well done. No, you're starting off well, because why I mentioned that is that it's actually really good to start doing even like what they call a minimum viable product, right? Like through like the course that you're doing or other workshops, and you already start building a community in advance of any app. So by the time you actually do the app, you already have this community that has already gotten like your workshop or your online course or something else around that product, and you already know for a fact that obviously, and you can also fine tune things by doing these workshops and courses. You'll start to get feedback of certain things that people want, and that will actually help you get more clarity down the line. If you then decide, an app is going to work well, you'll have more clarity around what that actually looks like. But it's always good to do minimum things like, the workshops or the online courses to just gain more clarity around what you're trying to offer.
Thank you for that.
That's okay. Not a problem.
Prashant, can I just jump in for 1 sec? Sorry, you'll get used to this today. Amy, you've just in that conversation then, you've highlighted your target market. And I think that what you do really well is understand your own history and where you've come from. And you've mentioned and the struggles that you've had as a woman with a TBI to go out and achieve things. And so you have an opportunity there in a target market to deliver and lead by example in that particular instance. So I think if you, exactly like what we were saying, hone in on your target market and start to ask for assistance with your course or your workshop, getting out to those target markets, and and then in the background go and talk to people about how that can be in an app, but get your network or your community and use your superpower, which is you and your history.
Bam. Thank you.
Okay. So sorry, I got a few ask and a few suggestions here. One is, have you, like, what the idea you have you actually documented that what that app will do and what are the features?
I have, and sorry, my son's sick at the moment, so everything's all over the place. Just let me find it.
That's okay. I don't need to see them. My main thing, the reason I ask is, from the way you are describing the product and everything, I feel like it is still a business idea. It's not a technical specification. And those are two different things. So either you or you have someone who is a technical advisor or whoever, get them to help you convert that into a specification. Otherwise, what you build will not be what you want. And then rebuilding is very, very expensive and hard and time consuming and frustrating. So make sure before you go down the cycle of building, whether it's through uni students, through paying someone or whatever the thing is, just get get the product clarity, not the actual line by line requirement, but the product clarity, what that product does, why that product is required and what it's going to achieve. So you want to achieve an outcome, that's a business outcome, that's a goal outcome. What the product will do is it will either empower it, enable it, or it will restrict it, because what you might build might go against what you are trying to do. So I get that, like that journey you need to cross before you go down the journey of building and investing money in it. Okay, so hope that makes sense. Feel
Yeah,
free to
thank
ask
you very much.
questions.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
the other question and suggestion that I have you actually talked to Peace and other Osmompreneurs that can you build it with them as a team? Because you kept saying that I want to do something that Osmompreneur does, but in
Yes.
an app. Maybe
Well,
they have already proven, like, what the need is, what, like, how it works, what the program need to be, and all that. Maybe this can be a product you can build with them rather than go and learn your own lesson. They have probably done that. So
okay, yeah, that would actually be, that is the best idea. Thank you so much.
so
Oh my God, Peace, I will inbox you today.
Sounds good.
if you are doing that, you have the access to learning that is already done, that already works, and that has created this great network. Probably you just need to attach product to it. Maybe
Thank
that's
you
the way
so
to
much
go.
for giving me clarity with that. Like, it's all just been scattered around in my head and I'm trying to put it together. And you just said exactly what I should do, like, oh my God, this is great. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, congratulations, Amy. And yes, let's talk. It's an incredible idea, and yeah, you have such a big heart, and I know that you're going to continue impacting people's lives into the future. So congratulations on your pitch.
Today. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, guys.
Oh, you're so welcome. So welcome. Thanks, Amy.
Bye.
All right, I'd love to welcome our next guest to the stage, Amy Milford. Please join us on stage, Amy.
Hi.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
They're good.
Beautiful. Well, I'll let you take it away with your pitch.
Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Amy Milford. I am the owner and founder of Darwin Family Life, which I started 5 years ago. And as you can guess by my name and my business, I am located in Darwin. I started Darwin Family Life to create a better work-life balance while raising my young family and escaping a difficult boss at the time. I have 4 kids aged 11, twin boys that are 9, and my youngest daughter is 6. And my 5th baby is my business. I also realized there was a missing hub of information for Darwin families, and especially since we have a high transient Darwin defence population up here. Darwin Family Life is a big online community. I have over 16,000 parents across my various platforms at the moment, and it keeps growing all the time. And it's also a resource for Darwin parents or those considering to move here. My closed Facebook group of parents allows people to connect, and also if they're defence families, to connect with others since they don't have a support village often up here. And also, as a mum or a parent, you are often looking for recommendations for a cake maker, a family photographer, a gift for a new mum, or a gift for your kid or your baby, or an experience for the whole family. Well, Darwin Family Life has an amazing website directory full of small local businesses mainly, but I also offer to interstate to join, that are all family orientated. In fact, it is easy to get started with advertising with Darwin Family Life. If you have a product or a service available online, or know another mum in business that is aimed at babies, children, mums, or families in general, then get in touch today and I can connect and promote your business with over 16,000 engaged mums in Darwin. If you go to the QR code up in the corner, it'll take you directly to my website and you can have a look around. Or you can contact me on info@darwinfamilylife.com.au. I'd love to hear from you. And you can also search for me on Facebook and Instagram, Darwin Family Life. Also, if you know anyone's living here already or thinking of moving here or holidaying here, please share my business with them. thank you so much for this opportunity today. It's been great to meet you all and present. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Amy, and congratulations on your pitch. Well done.
Oh, well done, Amy. Well done. Well, I'll jump in first. So I'm just curious. I mean, it sounds really lovely and everything, and I think you're doing a great job. I've checked out your website already earlier,
Thank
so
you.
well, it looks really good. You're doing a
Thank
fantastic
you.
job. What's like your biggest struggle at the moment? What are you struggling with the most with your business?
Well, it's just me. So
Mhm.
I am running the whole show. A lot of people often email me and go, oh, hi, Amy, or hi, team. And it's like, just me, myself, and I. So I've just landed 2 massive big deals for promotions with the biggest shopping centre in NT and also the Darwin Waterfront, which is another big corporation. So I'm managing their promotions for family events and things in the next few months. And then also my regular clients. So I guess my biggest challenge is time and managing it all. It's just me at the moment.
Sure. And is there like any anything in the pipeline to get somebody to also kind of join your team, or is that something that's you're able to do or not yet?
Potentially, maybe not just yet. I think I need to be paying myself more money regularly before I then, I am already, but paying myself more and then bringing someone else on potentially in the future if these contracts keep going. Then looking at maybe a VA or someone else to assist, but it's also having all my systems in place so someone else can promote like I do, because I'm very I have a high work ethic and I have certain things I like to make sure, and it's also that contact with the customers and everything else. It's all me and I have that level of what I do. So trying to translate that to someone else is a bit tricky sometimes.
Yeah. Have you found somebody who can help you fine-tune your system so that it can be easier for you to have somebody on board?
We did have a session in the Women's Business School about scaling and soaring. So I just have to put all those things into implementation I do have some spreadsheets and procedures already of what I do when someone onboards. But yeah, it's fine tuning that for the future.
Fantastic. Thank you. Well done, Amy.
Thank you.
Right. I'm gonna
please share my business with anyone else that you know. I'd be grateful for that.
First of all, congratulations, because 16,000 is a big number, especially in Darwin. So amazing job with that. Yeah. So, but I'm going to probably ask tough questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
What is the aim with this? Are you planning to do this as your own, just like a sole trader career, or are you trying to convert this into a business?
I am a sole trader and I'm a registered business at the moment.
No. What is your goal? You want to use this as your own career, like, okay, I want to do it single-handedly and I want to stay sole trader for the rest of my life? Or is it that I want to grow this and make it a business? What is your goal?
Eventually I could potentially change to a company, but at the moment I'm sticking with a sole trader.
No, I'm not talking about the structure. I'm talking about the operations. So if you're, okay, let me simplify it. If you're looking for business, like looking to convert that into a proper business, all right, you need to get detached from nobody does it as good as I do. I know it sounds harsh, but
I can't hear you, sorry.
Okay. So if you are trying to create that into a larger business, we all need to detach ourselves from nobody can do it as good as I do. Of course, nobody can, because you have a 360-degree view that nobody else will have in your business. But there are still part of that. So they will do particular part really well, and that's all they will do. So they might do one part, they might do 5 parts. They can never do all the parts that you are doing, but they can do some part. And that's how you segregate responsibility to other people. That's how you can grow. Because if we do all by ourselves, we only have 24 hours in a day, so we can't grow at that pace. And I learned it very, very long time, because when I started, I was feeling same. Today I have 75 full-time staff and 1100 pool of developers. So if I could not trust someone else, I could never get there. So you need to go through that journey as well, if that's okay. The other thing I was gonna ask is with regard to, like, people advertising on your business and all that. How are you advertising your business to them to get them onboarded?
How am I?
Yeah. How are you advertising to potential advertisers? How are you reaching them?
So I guess Darwin is a smaller place,
Yes.
a lot of word of mouth. And I think being in the Women's Business School this year, I've done a lot of PR and media, and it was a crazy amount after winning the award and bringing that home and only being the only NT representative there.
Yeah.
So I guess people often come to me now because of where I am. I am also trying out new things, like on Instagram, doing reels and showing like that I am doing that advertising, and if other people have small businesses, they can contact me. So it's a bit of a mixture, really. But
understand.
in different Facebook groups and things, I'm always promoting what I do. So
Understand. So the reason I was asking is that's for the people who are looking for your services, not the people you want them to advertise in your business, right?
No, that's the people that are wanting to advertise. They're coming to me, and I'm also promoting that I advertise for other.
Understand.
Yeah.
So maybe I have a confusion here. Is it targeted at the local business advertisement, or can you advertise like other businesses from other parts of the country or online or to the Darwin community as well?
So I mainly have at the moment local businesses, but I have worked with in the past people that are interstate in other places in Australia, so long as they have a business service available online, or they've got a product that they can send interstate. So there's no, my only criteria is that it's family related, so that a family can use that service. So if someone is in WA or in Queensland or in Victoria or anywhere that has a product that's family based, so.
Okay. I think that might be a good avenue to create your pitch for those businesses who are online and they have target audience in Darwin, because it's a much bigger market and it can scale relatively easily. So think about like Amazon stores, things like that, where Amazon advertises, but then the actual seller is someone else, right? So your Darwin Family Life can be a portal, but then rather than like to scale up quickly, what you can do is you can go to particular brands that like is good brand, you have probably used it, or the people in your community, they have used it, and then tie up with them saying, I want you to list your product on my portal, no charge to you initially, and then pass it on. And then once it starts selling, you have a bigger say in, like, you can charge them back. And then, or it can work as an example, and then you can go and target other bigger brands, scale up quickly. If that makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. It's okay. It might not fit your model, all that, because I don't understand your business. You do, and you do it perfectly well. But just a few ideas that I got around my head.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
It's definitely a great business and an even better smile, Miss Amy. I love that smile, and you are doing amazing things, getting yourself out there and utilizing your awards. So I think keep doing that, because I think in that knowing you like I do, that's been a huge thing to start doing that, putting yourself out there, and it's working. Yeah,
it is. Just entering the awards, and I'd never thought to even do that before this year. And then I'm like, oh yeah, there is actual benefits from entering awards. And even if you're not a winner, just the being a finalist or a nominee, how it can elevate your business. Yeah.
It's huge, and you're a pocket rocket too. An absolute rocket. What I want to ask you, and then I am going to give some advice, is what is the lifespan of an advertiser on your site? So if they buy advertising from you, how long do they
stay around, or how long can they stay with me?
How long do they stay around? So what is your average rate in that sense?
I can say that from when I started in 2017, I've still got some original advertisers. So they've been there for 5 years. I've had some people decide they wanted to suspend or cancel for the meantime, and then they come back. So that's really good feedback that they're actually coming back. Like it's worked for them and they realize after a while. I don't have that figure off the top of my head. I think some people generally stay a year to 18 months at least. Most people. I always try to tell people it takes at least 3 to 6 months to have that sort of rapport, because I say like I'm kind of like the middleman, but I am promoting your service and your product. So I just say to people, I don't guarantee results straight away, but I do my best to promote your products. And then I give them all stats and feedback of where their listing is at and where their advertising's going.
So my recommendation to you, if you don't already do it, is to change your pitch to this group just a tiny little bit, or anyone else listening on Facebook, because I think you can scale, but I think that you need some research in how to and where to scale. And I talk target markets a lot. So I actually think you need some marketing assistance to put in a marketing calendar. So, for example, the Christmas times, the Father's Day, the Mother's Day, but have that in advance. Someone who can sit there and go and interview your current client, your current clients, the people that pay for advertising, see what's keeping them on your site, see why they leave, and you, with the right person, would be able to really build a marketing plan around that. So I think that we need to, and you can say no, but I think as a group we might see who's available in that sense to look at something like that.
Yeah, that's cool. When Peace was mentioning the pitch, at first I was like, I'm not pitching. I don't want money. I don't want investment. So when I thought about who would actually be watching this live and who I really wanted to focus on, I thought there's going to be the whole Ausmumpreneur community of mums in business. So that was like my key focus of selling myself to them, I guess, if they have a product or a service available online. So that's why I was very, very specific in my pitch, because I thought that's where I wanted to go. Yes. And
it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. I just think you have a model that you can take well outside the Ausmumpreneur community. And so yeah. I'd like to see you look to do that by engaging someone potentially, which protects your time, which is your biggest issue.
Yes, I'm a very busy lady. But yes, I appreciate the idea. I do need probably some assistance moving forward and how to be able to scale it properly. But yeah, that's a great idea though. Thanks, Amanda.
Well done.
Thank you so much, Amy, and congratulations on your pitch.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, I'd love to welcome our next speaker to the stage. Please join me in welcoming Dr. B. Lim. Welcome, B. Hi, B. Take it away with your pitch.
Hard at the cosmic around it. It's real overwhelmed. Mental health is accessible and
Well, B, unfortunately, we've got some tech issues. I'm just wondering whether you could try connecting on your phone, and I'll call the next speaker up and you can retry. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, B. All right. Please join me in welcoming Irina. Welcome to the stage, Irina.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Take it away.
Yeah, how many of you know that there are no orphanages in Australia? Do you know that we actually have up to 100 kids sitting in motel rooms without safe homes to go to? They actually just called last night for a 3 and a 5-year-old, and I had to say no because I'm coming on here today. It breaks my heart each time. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Irina Castellano, and I'm a facilitator for accredited foster care programs and also open adoption seminars for agencies here in New South Wales. I've also recently just written an ebook chapter on the topic of fostering, and I'm super excited to have this opportunity to share my passion with you, because I'm actually on a mission to ensure that every time a child is actually taken away from everything they've ever known, that a safe home is waiting for them each and every time. And about 40 years ago, I read a book that changed my life forever. It was a book called A Child Called It by Dave Pelzer. And it talked about a child that was being abused by his biological mother. So then and there, I decided that one day I wanted to have my own kids, but also foster children and maybe even adopt one day. Now, my path took me down the hospitality and aviation route, and it took a while for me to find my husband. But once I found him and we got married, I also realized that I had forgotten to tell him about my plans. And then when I shared it with him, he wasn't totally convinced, which is often the case. And only when the kids were, joining our household was he just as smitten by this as I was. And that was pretty much our life journey. And over the last 22 years, we've fostered over 70 kids. And most of the children do get to be reunited with birth family, and this is absolutely where they belong. But 2 children couldn't be reunited, so we were also lucky enough to adopt them, and so that they could stay with us. Now, we also had a miscarriage, we had a stillborn, and we had a successful IVF journey. So our life has not been without challenges, but what a life it has been. And now I would like to actually join you on your journey, which could be down the route of fostering or adoption. And with my business, I now offer a 4-week course where you get 90 minutes a week and you can ask any questions you may have. For me, I just want to make sure that I don't sugarcoat things, that I tell you exactly how it is. And I do this for 4 weeks for, at the moment, $297. Now, we also have the option, and especially now towards the end of the year, I would love to offer anybody who is just wanting to have a chat for $99 for 90 minutes to ask me anything you can possibly ask me. And I would love to share my lived experience and see if, maybe fostering or adoption is also a route for you. And a lot of people don't even know that you can have double accreditation. So there are actually 5 agencies now in New South Wales that when you become an authorized foster carer, you can also become an authorized adoptive parent. So for me, I'm thinking, out of the many, many people online here today, everybody knows at least one person that has been affected by either infertility, by a miscarriage, or that is a single household wondering if they can have, foster kids or children in their home, or belonging to the LGBTQ community, or for any other reason that, people are struggling to create their families. And I would like for you to maybe take this opportunity to not only connect with me if you're interested in my free ebook, but also to connect me with the people out there who are happy to have kids in their homes. And this could even include, empty nesters or anybody else who feels that they can handle more than they have on their plates currently. So if you can connect me with these people or with speaking opportunities, podcasts, TV programs, I am here and I would love for you to do that. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Irina. Okay, over to our panelists for questions.
I'm jumping in, Irina. We've talked about this outside of this. I absolutely love what you're doing. I personally think it's very much needed, and it's definitely an area where the system is struggling so much. And I think what you're doing, honestly, is such a needed service to get more children, to be in safe homes. And I absolutely love what you're doing so much. Like with your course, have you gotten much traction with that? Like, have you gotten interest in potential foster carers or adoptive parents who are willing to pay for the course?
Yeah, I have actually. I mean, I'm still at the beginning, and if you can see my website up there, the site, it's actually not even up and running. I was hoping to have it up and running today, but it will take another few weeks. So I did have clients already, but it was all via word of mouth. So people that, I mean, in the last 22 years, I've pitched to many people on the school grounds or in playgrounds. So a lot of people have approached me because they know we've been fostering, and I have brought them on board. But now with this course, it was all mostly word of mouth. So I really need to get myself out there to tell people that I'm here. And this is an option. Now, whoever has done the course was super happy because this is what they said they needed. I'm not saying that a lot of information is not on the internet. There's heaps there, but it takes you time. And a lot of questions, like, for example, when people say, oh, I'm not sure if I can foster because I'm single, or I'm not so sure if, I'm working full time. And all these questions, it's harder to find on the internet. And this is my aim, is for people to just ask me any questions that they may have. And, after 22 years, you would think that I can answer them. And if not, I have resources enough that I can find it out for them. So it's just really saving time. So the last couple that I did this with, they said, this is exactly what we needed, because I don't have the time to Google. I don't have the time to, and, unfortunately, even, some agencies don't necessarily call back, which is another really big one for me, where I'm thinking, here we have people interested, and that is actually, unfortunately, also not working 100%.
Yeah. Is there, have you found anyone else who's doing something similar to what you're doing, or who's already been doing it for a while?
No, I was actually even surprised that on platforms like Meetup and so on, there isn't even a foster carer group per se doing this, that they help one another on a platform like that. So everything is only in America, but I couldn't find anything here in Australia.
Okay, so I guess you can offer something quite differentiated compared to what's already there. Because I think from what you're saying, most of the support is just coming from the specific agencies, and people kind of have to find their own way. So what you're trying to do is to bring it all together to make it a simpler situation. Is that?
I'm happy to make also publicity for Adopt Change, which is there, and that we have, My Forever Family that are supporting carers. So you can contact them as well, but to get something directly from a carer, that would be unique, and to really hear how it all works and how you even prepare the home when you are being placed with a child, and all these other questions that one can have, then that would be where I could come in. And any which way, if people just hear about it, this is what I want as well. I just think that there are so many people out there that don't know that that adoption has been more streamlined in Australia. Many people think you still need to go abroad, so we have kids literally sitting here waiting for homes. And if they can be reunited, fantastic, brilliant. But if not, then, we should really have a wait list of people that are ready to take them. And this
so you're just trying to amplify your message as much as possible.
Yeah, sure. And if it turns into a full-blown business, great. But for me, it's really most of all spreading awareness and getting people to come forward. That's my key thing. So, I mean, if there is here now also an opportunity to be supported with the printing of the book and things like that, that's fine. But I'm actually giving the ebook away for free because I really want to create awareness. And how many people are out there in the community wanting kids, and why don't we put the two and two together? I would love to work with IVF clinics, for example. So if you are unsuccessful in your IVF journey, or for medical or financial reasons you can't continue, then yes, you can, you get the grieving time that it takes to know that you cannot have biological kids. But there are plenty of kids that need a home, plenty out there. And this would be also, working together maybe with funeral parlors or anybody that would help me to connect with people who maybe have lost children or would like to, fill their home with kids, because there are plenty there.
Yeah, sure. I've got, I'm going to touch base with you after this, because I've got a few people that I think would like to amplify your message. So I'll talk to you after that.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Hi, I'm a bit shell shocked because your story is amazing and it touches my heart, and you've done so well at putting yourself out there. And as you said, it's quite new. You've got this idea, you've got these connection points and these touch points, so keep going on with those. I would be contacting community politicians as well, so local government politicians, in the way of those communities getting your name out there into the services that you said as well, because we just need to get what you're doing out there and start to build a community for you. So congratulations. I'm going to make sure I go and get that ebook myself, and keep taking that big breath and putting yourself out there, because you're 100% right, is people want to hear things that other people have done. And so you're giving your story and your experiences across, and people are going to resonate with that.
Yeah, because I often feel that people feel maybe uncomfortable in asking certain questions, where they think, oh, if I ask that question now, I might not be authorized, and it might, so if they have a person where they can ask whatever they want to ask, then that's where I would like to come in. Just to really reassure people, because at the end of the day, there's never a perfect time to have more kids. And then again, somehow we manage anytime, So the other day we took in a little one, and I thought, oh, I've got so much going on. And then she just slotted straight in, stayed a week, and then she went on to relatives. And I thought, somehow it always works. So don't overthink it either. Suddenly you wonder how you can cope with 2-3 extra kids, and it always works.
I think if you're not already, some form of newsletter to your growing community, because we know that in these type of instances, people may not, let's say, buy from you on that first introduction. But if you are willing to share some of those Q&A questions every month, you might find that in one newsletter you hit 3 people, and then all of a sudden they want to know more. So I think that there is smaller touch points of sharing your story without losing the monetizing of it in terms of that as well. And I've got a feeling you might be working with one of our Auspreneur branding specialists, and I think that she would be really good helping you with some newsletter content as well.
Great. Okay. Yeah, I'm open for anything and everything. I just really want to get more people on board. I want to connect these kids with safe homes. I mean, if you know the figures, that we're constantly, I've been doing it now for 22 years. So we always have between 45 and 47,000 kids in care here in Australia. And just in New South Wales, it's always between 15, 16, 17,000. So there are plenty of kids that need a place.
I'm just gonna talk a little bit about systems and how you are onboarding your client. So can I ask what's the journey, a typical client that has come through, if one example, whatever, what was their journey? Did they come straight to you? Did they come via some agency, or did they saw your content and then gradually came to you? Or
it was mostly word of mouth at the moment. So I've got people that say, oh, I know this friend who fosters, so why don't you contact her? But I do get really beautiful responses that when I then say, with this one particular couple, we spoke for half an hour, and I'm always willing to give half an hour to anybody who wants to just have it, to suss me out. And then we talked, and then I said, well, you would be for me, the possible client for my new business that I'm thinking. And she said, okay, sign me up. And I was like, no, I was just telling you that, this is something sign me up. And I said, okay, then, 50% discount. She said, just stop, sign me up, because this is exactly what I wanted. And I was really blown away that the reaction is beautiful, that people are really willing. For me, it's just the time that I invest that, of course, I'm taking away from my family. Because if I ever want to talk to couples or, people that are working, then it's mostly after hours or maybe even on the weekend. So
I would probably just suggest that what you're doing is amazing, by the way. This is incredible. What you have done, even as an individual level, is just beyond believe. So congratulations and very well done. And not congratulations, but thank you, because we need more people doing this. So thank you for that. What
Appreciate it.
I would suggest is you do not need to go out in terms of like, as an advertiser, because you are not. What you do need to share is your story, not like, specific stories in terms of like, okay, what was like what a particular person did or something, but the stories that the struggles you face, the thing, micro stories, just put them out there in social media. Be vocal about that. Just, one thing that you came across, you might think that, oh, that's just common. No, like people don't know, like people who have never gone through this experience or understanding, for them this can be a light bulb moment. So I just want you to be comfortable in being loud and proud in what you are doing, and just keep, like, I know, because as a business, when I started building my brand, I was very shy. And when my marketing team asked me, you need to put 5 times something on the LinkedIn, doesn't matter what, something you need to put out there, because you already have knowledge. Even if you write something, it will turn out really good. Today, when I post something, I get nearly 10,000, 20,000 views and multiple likes. All right. And that didn't happen overnight, but it's a continuous exercise in this online world. And people, when they come from word of mouth, obviously that's a very trusted network, but it's not scalable. And what
Yeah,
you
of
want
course.
to do requires
Yeah.
a skill. So social media, just bite size, like whatever you like, it can be just one sentence saying, today I like the story you just mentioned, right? That a girl came, you didn't have time, she stayed for a week and went home to find a better, another home, permanent home. That's a story that nobody knows about. All right, that week, how important that week is, because if you did not hold that hand, they had to go to, like, I don't know what they would have done. So it's that alone is an achievement, and like something that you have done. So be like, comfortable sharing those stories out there. Social media you will start, but I'm pretty sure soon you will go to public speaking, community speaking, teaching and all that. And eventually you will go one to one, because you teach one to one, you are only like, supporting one person. When you go public, you can teach 200 people at a time, and that's very, very important in like getting to that scale, larger impact. Okay, so be comfortable, be out there, keep talking. I was just looking at your Instagram page when you were talking to other people. I think you need to just be out there, just keep talking about the stuff that you do.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Instagram, I've just recently started, and LinkedIn, I'm a bit more comfortable, but you will see that only ever since I
So
started.
for your particular thing, Instagram is important, because everybody lives on Instagram. Even TikTok, I would say, TikTok is probably much more. I know it has got his teen aspect of that, but like, I have staff that are learning blockchain on TikTok primarily. That's the primary channel of knowledge. So you will be surprised what people learn on TikTok. So just micro size content, keep putting out there, once a day minimum. But if you can do more, great. Just 2 minutes of time, don't overthink it, just something out there and done. Just keep that habit and you will do amazing.
Thank you. You definitely know me already, because that's exactly it. I'm not overthinking for the fostering, but I'm overthinking for the social media part.
And we all have
Still got
that.
a long way to go.
Trust me. The stage fear, the imposter syndrome, all of that get to us. It's a
Thank
it's a
you.
reality of life. Okay, so just get through that. Eat that frog every morning, and then get through that.
Okay, that's right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Irina, and such beautiful work you're doing in the world. Keep it up.
Thank you. Much appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'd now like to welcome back Dr. B. Lim. Hello, B.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, that's better. We can hear you now. Okay,
Great.
take it away.
As we hear from other presenters today, mental health needs are hard than ever.
our health system is inadequate to meet the growing needs of mental health. The mental health responses is currently inaccessible, unaffordable, and inadequate. And we also deal with the issues with low treatment adherence. We ask the question, how can we make mental health an accessible, delightful, transformational, and inclusive experience? My name is Bee Lim. I'm a clinical psychologist, founder and director of Mind Health Collective. But today, I'm going to talk to you about the Between game, the prevention and wellness innovations inspired by EMDR, eye movements, desensitization, and reprocessing therapy. 10 years ago, during one of my late night Tetris playing session, I discovered, after the session, I discovered a body of scientific literature showing the effectiveness of Tetris in reducing trauma symptoms in veterans. I was so encouraged by the findings that I approached the community mental health center that I was working at to turn one of the meeting rooms into a Tetris playing room. That did not happen. Fast forward a few years, I was an attendee at the EMDR workshop. I have long-standing bird phobia. After half an hour of EMDR therapy, I was seeing with new eyes. I exit the training facility. A flock of birds flew over my head. For the first time in my life, I did not duck for cover. I was able to appreciate how vibrantly beautiful and freeing the birds are. EMDR was founded by Dr. Francine Shapiro. Since its development, there have been countless scientific studies showing that EMDR is a transformational tool not only for trauma, but also for anxiety, panic, depression, phobia, substance use. It has also been used to enhance the performance of athletes and actors. It's a recognized treatment by professional organizations. And increasingly in the media, you'll see celebrities like Sandra Bullock, Brie Larson, Prince Harry talk about their exposure and experience with EMDR. Between is designed to be a fun, immersive innovation to relieve stress and distress and improve the emotional well-being of our users. It's accessible to anyone who can access a smartphone. It's also available anywhere at any time of the day. The digital healthcare market is expected to reach $660 billion in 2025. The healthcare gamification market is expected to surpass $47.2 billion in 2026. However, most of that is expected to come from casual, health-oriented games rather than clinically validated digital therapeutics. So today, I'm asking Seed and Angel Capital to help us develop and also to push this app to market, as well as to actually engage in some clinical studies to validate its effectiveness. We are also asking for mentors, advisors in the healthcare industry to help us navigate through the complex landscape of commercializing a mental health technology product. Would you join us in this movement of creating meaningful gameplay experience that put mental health at its center, and also put Between in the hands of people who need it, can benefit from it, and will enjoy it? Thank you.
Oh, congratulations, Bea. What a great pitch. All right, to our panel.
I love it. I love it. I'm in heaven. One, because this is, as far as I'm aware, unique. Two, I just want to connect you to everyone. Three, you asked for money, which I actually love because you've got a very succinct idea of what you want and what you need. And there is nothing wrong when you are pitching if that's what you want to ask, and you did it so well. So congratulations on this pitch. You've blown me away. I have just received 3 messages of people listening to you that are interested in talking more. There you go. I'm looking at them.
Thank you so much.
So watch this space, and I'm sure that Peace is nodding in agreement with me. What I want to know is other health professionals that you want to look at mentoring, collabing, or whatever it is that looks like to make sure you get this right. What type of health professionals would you want to be connected with in particular?
Right. So I've talked to a few of my colleagues who are really trained in this area, but actually the health professional that we want to actually connect with, in terms of using the game or using it as adjunct therapy method, so in research.
So testers?
Well, actually, I've been talking to a lot of my colleagues who are psychologists and doctors and even clients who are health professionals, and we see some really positive response to it. I think that the only thing that they say is that, when is this going to be available?
I think we all are.
And I've been hearing a lot from rehab consultants as well, which I didn't expect. And I think like people are seeing the wide-reaching impact of an app, a game that can actually help people to regulate their emotions, but they also put them on a longer course for positive mental health.
Okay. I could just sit here and talk forever about this one, but we're going to take it offline with you. So I will shut up now.
Thanks, Amanda.
I'm going to jump in and allow Prashant to be last, because you're the IT guru. So I have a feeling you have plenty to talk about. So mine is so I was going to say, it sounds amazing. And I think it is something that obviously will be very much needed. I was curious, is there somebody already who has put out a similar product which is focusing on that specific therapy with a certain kind of game, or is this something first on market? Like, is there something similar out there?
So there, with COVID, there are virtual EMDR platform that has been set up, and I've looked into it. With EMDR, the way that the therapy is administered is either through light bar or through tunes. So the Bitune is actually innovative in this sense, just mainly because we're, rather than just flashing a light bar at someone and asking them to look it from left to right or up and down, we're actually engaging with people in the gameplay so that we can actually use the game as a way to help them process some of their stress and emotions. And so I would say that I haven't actually found anything that is quite like us. But I'm happy to actually hear if someone can actually find something. Because I think the idea also comes to us because of a lot of the mindfulness apps that is increasingly using gamification as a way to engage their users. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
My question is, at what stage this is in? Idea? Is it you have some specification of the game? Do you have something that you can send out as a quote, request for quote, or which stage of journey are you in?
So we have the idea, we have the game design idea already down. We need some capital in terms of a developer to develop it. When Pitch mentioned about Pitch Day, initially I was just thinking that we can bootstrap it, just mainly because we have people that we know that can actually work on this. But with Pitch Day, I think it's just in terms of we also want to co-create with people that will use it as well. And it's going to actually be there faster if it's just me kind of almost working in the garage at early hours of the day.
Understand. And in terms of the capital and everything, do you have number in mind?
We have different routes depending on how ambitious I'm thinking about this project is. But I also have to say that I definitely want to go with the build, measure, and learn model. So for us to actually get this app to market and to do some initial testing, I do have some numbers, and yeah.
Okay. Just with that very vague understanding, I think don't just consider build and go to market, consider scale up as well, because people who go early stage, they want to see the whole roadmap. Because if, for example, you You don't need to walk the whole roadway, but you need to have that insight. The reason is, if someone is putting money and they're like, okay, so what are you going to do after that? Are you going to, go and get another investor? Are you going to create revenue? Are you going to scale up? What's the scale up look like? Because people who put money in projects like this, the reason they put is they want 10 times return. That's why they put money in. So, and that not going to happen on your first release. So they need to see the roadmap that where possibility and the likelihood of that 10 times return is, right? And a plan for that. There's a whole science, of course, behind it, which we can keep talking endlessly. I do understand the product that you are trying to create might, because you are the expert in that field. I do not think people will doubt that. What they will doubt is, and they always doubt when technical people are creating product, is that are you able to convert that into a business? So when you put a pitch together for investors, particularly, look for 4 things. One, what is the problem that you are solving? How you are solving it, right? How are you going to stop others from competing with you, or like be ahead in your competition? And how that particular investor going to make money, not you, not the business, how they going to make money. And these are the 4 things they will ask always in the pitch. So problem you already described, that these are the people who do not have access to, or it's hard to get. How you are solving, vaguely defined as well, but it needs to be a bit more concrete. What are the target audience? What is the ROI? What is the product like? How are you going to charge it? What's the margin? How are you going to scale it? I know it's financial exercise, but if you're asking for money, it is a financial exercise, and Amanda can back me up here because she is a financial person more than me. But you need to have that financial aspect ready, and then obviously go into how you're going to put together and everything. Consider for the marketing, sales, all the budgets in there, because you're going to need them. Building is very, very tiny part of the business. Everything else is equally expensive and probably lengthier process. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Prashant. Well, thank you, B, and congratulations. Very exciting innovation you have there.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
But we'll connect offline, and you're looking for advisors, so anyone, happy to connect you with anyone I can. Wonderful, right?
That will be amazing, Prashant. That will be amazing. I'll follow you on LinkedIn. I'll send you a message straight after this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, B. Now I'd like to welcome our next speaker, and that is Marfe. Welcome, Marfe.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to share a little bit of my passion and also what I would like to achieve in the world. So thank you, Peace. You mentioned I am Marfe. I'm Marfe Yunam Velasco. And first hat I do wear is, and I'm very proud of, I'm a mom of 6. Yes, 5 boys and 1 girl, and also a mom 2 game changers of the world. What does that mean? 2016, I bridged my worlds together and intentionally started Marfe Management Consultancy, a marketing, online and offline, publicity and events management business to what it is today. Intentionally, I wanting to understand my children's language in the online space, social media, and also introducing it to dreamers and future entrepreneurs who will change the world for the better. You know how people, individuals, or companies have ideas and passionate solutions, but do not know where to begin on spreading the word or even strategizing on how to communicate with their audience, or simply do not have the time or energy. And I did hear it in the previous pitches. So ladies, I'm here. So in this day and age, marketing online and offline is like a competition of who can shout the loudest. And people spend most of their time on social media. Who's guilty? We're all guilty, right? So with that being said, each social media platform is a different beast. Yes, I feel you. I feel you cringe, struggle, the pain points, and the love and hate relationship with the fast-paced trends each and every day. or should I say each and every second. So Mafe Management is here to support you with our years of working with clients from all over the world since 2016. And I understand, my team and I understand the audience tendencies when it comes to spending habits. And you're asking me, maybe, where do I begin? I'm pretty sure you're thinking about that. And let me tell you in 3 simple steps how I can support you, my team and I. First and foremost, we consult and have an empowerment meeting. I love to call it empowerment because it is empowering, because you're sharing your dreams and your passions. And this is where we discuss goals. To be specific, how much do you want to earn within a time frame? All right. And then second, your image is your message. I love to call, this title on bridging platforms with the target audience or the target social media management that my team and I can do for you. And there's many platforms. We talked about it in the previous pitches here, and each one has so many amazing options that you can utilize, right? Third is the voice. I mentioned earlier, how loud do you want to be? There's so many options to discuss, to even have a podcast, to even have, the publicity and how to stay relevant. The list is long, yes. So again, this is the reason why Mafe Management was built, because I, as a founder, believe in having a team, cheerleaders who support a dream to make it in reality. So just to give you a brief background, we create content, graphic designs, copywriting, while managing for our clients, plus many more to help you shout the loudest and attract the right audience for you. In fact, our motto is, and this is a motto that I've learned since I was 12 years old, is that time plus productivity equals success. And it is proven when the key decisions are taking place. Yes, you decide if you want to delegate certain tasks that are taking up too much of your time and energy. It saves money and time. The quality of work is much more amazing because your ideas, the words that you want to happen, you're the director of your business. It also saves it saves stress and anxiety. Trust me, as much as I want to be an amazing photographer, amazing graphic artist, I, for one, will put my hand up and say, I need a team member who can take action on what I want to achieve. So today in this pitch, Mafe Management is leveling up. And yes, I want to support business professionals and potential clients. And this includes customers by launching a hub, a membership that allows you to learn and also utilize our expertise, Mafe Management's experiences all these years, utilize our team members. And also, I want to be that matchmaker for you. I want to find the right people that you need in your life and vice versa. We are seeking interests on game changers who want to be connected with like-minded people. This is your time to shine and elevate your business and earn while you enjoy quality time with family, or simply doing something else you love, perhaps playing tennis like me. That's my number one passion. I value integrity, and I know throughout these years, I have built that with my network and the relationships I built who had the same purpose. So if you're looking to join the community of professionals with Mafe Management Network, we are more than happy to welcome you on board. We are looking to build a community of game changers who uplift the world through their services and products. I want to collaborate with other professionals to empower people in need. I am your yellow and white pages with a purpose, a matchmaker with a purpose to service your 5 senses, most especially heart-centered entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mafe, and congratulations on your pitch. That was amazing. All right, over to our panel.
Yes.
All right, well done, Mafe. Well done. That was fantastic. I really loved it. What makes you different from other competitors? Because I know, I've heard of similar platforms.
Right.
What makes you stand out from everyone else?
I've been asked that actually. Why do I join certain classes? Why do I join certain workshops when I, for one, have achieved many things in my life? And to me, education and learning how to, uplift others or even uplift my own business, my own story, I believe, makes me different from the rest. I, for one, have integrity in what I do, and from perhaps what you see in my social media pages, including my LinkedIn, I do have certain professionals that speak on my behalf on our relationships in business. So I want to share that. I don't want to hold that to myself and keep it for my own. So I believe I'm the one that makes the difference, because we all have different achievements, different talents. And I want to be that cheerleader for others. I want to use my voice and everything I've achieved, whether it be in my charity givebacks, whether it be in my accomplishments in the pageant world or the entertainment world. I want now Mafe Management, that's why I put my name on my business, is that I want people to know that Mafe has my back, and whoever I have dealt with will have the same feedback about me, because I believe in what you see is what you get. And I want that to translate to every single person I deal with, to know that, like, if they sign up, if they buy that product, it's from someone that believes in their product and themselves, and to make sure that that person is a happy customer that always comes back.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I have already checked you out. You do a good job of bringing up kind of your life story, which is fantastic. I think that's definitely a positive in amplifying your message and differentiating yourself from other platforms, which might be similar. Because, like you said, yeah, your story is unique to you and everything, which is great. What's your biggest struggle right now, Mafe? That's my last question. Like, what are you struggling with?
I think I would not call it a struggle. I would call it more of identifying how I want to scale up my business. And throughout my journey with the Women's Business School, and I have to thank Peace and Katie for allowing me to be part of 2022, with my fellow classmates who are all amazing. I put in my goals to have an e-commerce, on my website, part of my business. And right now I'm serving to clients and I love it. And I just want to share that passion to others by being the matchmaker. So basically, placing a white pages and yellow pages to the platform where I'm the one identifying, hey, guess what? Amanda, you need to be connected to Peace. And I will make sure that happens and take action, because I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs, startups, they don't know who to talk to. They're going to do their research, but I've already done it for you. So when I share that I want to have service providers that touches the 5 senses, whether you're a food business, whether you are beauty business, whether you're a life coach, I want to be able to connect you with your customers. I want to connect you with your mentors. Like, you are all my mentors right now. So I want to be able to market that and say, hey, I have had Peace touch all my senses and I trust her, so that's what I want to provide for the community here and for everyone who's listening in. Perhaps you can give me more insight on, making my website even more, leveled up. But at the end of the day, I do start with myself, because I believe in having a face to the business, so someone they can trust.
Fantastic. Thanks, Mafe. I'll let Amanda jump in.
Well done. You are just so passionate, and it comes through. And I love people when you can read them through their visual cues and their huge smiles. So you and Amy and your smiles, they get me every time. I've got a couple of questions in between. So there are directories out there from, most groups that you will join on Facebook will have these, what do you need, you ask, and things like that. A lot of the pitches we've heard over the last 2 days, the panelists have been very similar in saying, for example, try and come down to a niche. And so I think that's what one of the questions is, what stands you out from everyone else?
Yes.
And my example to that is what you've been through in the Women's Business School and that mentoring option that's been provided. To my knowledge, there isn't a lot of platforms that connect mentorees with mentors. So that's just an example of starting small in some of those connection directory spaces. So that's my first question or comment. My second question to you is, the word scaling is a very broad beast. And so when you want to scale, I want you to think about your capacity to scale as well. And what we were saying before is, where's your biggest struggle or where's your biggest problem? It's not just the now, a question like that. The question is, if I scale, whichever way that is, so if I put an e-commerce store on my website, what am I going to need to run that? And where is my need, or what else am I going to need to help me? Is it staff? Is it money? You know, where's the barriers? So I'm going to ask that question again. Where are you going to need help in your vision to scale?
A plan to make sure that I am marketing and giving exposure to the people who are signing up to be part of the community or the platform, or for something like, I guess, building a website that allows my community or the clientele that want to be placed there to have a bandwidth for them to place their, perhaps being part of the platform gives them this promo code, or it allows them to tap into other network that have also memberships, right? And it's me to, I guess, organize what that hub is going to look like. Right now, it's me, the word of mouth. You know, it's me saying, I'll connect you guys, and then we'll just have this agreement. And guess what? I'll also add in a feature to my podcast and things like that. So I guess it's having a menu of allowing my clientele or the people that want to put their business on this platform. Again, how loud do you want to be? I guess, the menu. I mean, I'm brainstorming with you right now, but I have it visually. It's just a matter of like, when you ask me that question, I need to like kind of step back and then like figure it out, like with the bandwidth.
And that's the idea, isn't it? We this is what we're doing today too, is brainstorming.
I love it.
So
I love it.
So my suggestion on that, and again, over these last 2 days, we've figured out who the least technological person is, and that would be me. But I think that what you're planning there, a customer journey map is a really good way to start. So customer A's seeking this. What's their journey through my website, especially e-commerce? So I think that we should be putting a little bit of a call out to someone who's had that experience themselves in doing those customer journeys. Would be a start, would be my suggestion.
Thank you, Amanda. I will take note of that.
Mommy, I want more.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Marfei, and congratulations on your pitch. And we will bring our final speaker up now. Thank you so much, Marfei. And our final speaker today is Barbara Armstrong. Please join me in welcoming Barbara. Hi, Barbara.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's afternoon for me now. So I'm joining from the Brisbane Powerhouse here in Brisbane. So I just want to quickly acknowledge the Lansdowns joining you from today, which are the Turrbal people of the Yagara Nation. And I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. So first of all, I would like you to think of 4 women in your life: your wife, your sister, your daughter, or a female colleague at work. And at some point in their life, they fall pregnant. Statistically, in Australia, and through no fault of their own, one of those women will lose their baby. In 2019, I was one of those 1 in 4. I lost my baby to a miscarriage, and over 100,000 women in Australia every year experience a miscarriage or an early pregnancy loss. I'm Barbara, and I'm the founder of the Sweet Peanuts organization, a social enterprise that encourages supportive conversations with bereaved parents that have had a miscarriage or a pregnancy loss. Now, a recent study shows that 83% of bereaved parents turn to their immediate networks for support after a miscarriage or a pregnancy loss. But when they turn to their immediate networks, they are met with some insensitive comments majority of the time. And some of these real comments that I've listed here today are comments such as, "It's okay, you can replace it. Don't cry, you can always try again, at least you're okay and these things happen, you'll be fine. Or at least you're young and you can have more." Of course, these immediate networks and these comments are not adding to the support, they are adding to the trauma after a miscarriage or a pregnancy loss. Now, a study in the Melbourne University shows that even the offer of support, whether it is accepted by the bereaved parent, may alleviate some of the pain and distress after a miscarriage or a pregnancy loss. Now, how we encourage these supportive conversations are through our care packages. Our care packages have been developed by bereaved parents for bereaved parents. They include care items and keepsakes such as our sanitary pads, tea, heat packs, writing journals, bath soaks, and a crochet keepsake as a way to provide care, comfort, and compassion to bereaved parents. Now, these items are actually sourced from all small and local Australian businesses that are run or owned by women that understand the importance of the miscarriage care packages. Through the sale of our care packages to friends and family that want to gift them and have supportive conversations, we are able to fund these packages and donate them to hospitals and clinics across Australia. So far, we've been able to successfully donate 7 of these care packages to the Caboolture Hospital, and 3 of these packages have already been passed on. Recently, we've been speaking to hospitals in the Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast, and Mount Isa as a way to increase our care package donation network. We also encourage friends and family to reach out to us and access our free-to-download guide on how to provide actionable steps outside of the care package to provide support to bereaved parents. We want to be an ethical enterprise as well, and that's why we have partnered with suppliers in small and local Australian businesses that value passion for eco-friendly practices and sustainable work practices as well. Through the donation of our care packages, we're able to connect parents to bereavement services as well. We as a social enterprise do not provide our own bereavement counselling services, but we do connect parents to qualified counselling services from Red Nose Australia, the Glimmer Project, and the Pink Elephant Support Network. These links are also available online through our website, sweetpeanuts.org. Now, we want to actually grow to a national organisation, and currently I'm operating as a sole trader, but I see the social enterprise expanding to a PTY limited company. I also want to build an entity that is a charity arm to receive donations as well. Now, my ask today is for connections to people that would be able to come on board and join me in the company, either in the social enterprise or in the charity arm, to start building and growing it to a national level. I'm also asking for a capacity raise of $5,000 from an angel investor to set these entities up. We want you to be part of this conversation to support bereaved parents that have a miscarriage or a pregnancy loss. So join us today and be part of the conversation.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Congratulations on your pitch, and it's such beautiful work that you do in supporting these women. Okay,
it really touched me. Sorry, Amanda, you can go first.
I am going to go first, and I am going to congratulate you, say thank you, and tell you I am also one of those women, and it's actually stopped me from having a third child because I could never go through that process again. So I am a woman that understands that implicitly, and I don't share that very often, so you've brought that out in me. The other thing I'd like to connect you to is one of our pitches from Tuesday. We're at Thursday, aren't we, guys? So my week. Justine Martin. You and Justine need to connect because I'm sure that there could be something that could go on there. And I will also connect you with my network of people from Melbourne in that space as well. So I'm actually not going to ask any questions. I'm going to let the other two, but I'm going to say, I'm in, you've got me, and I will do everything that I can.
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda.
So Barbara, you really touched me, and so did you, Amanda, by the way. Yeah, so it's such an important service that you're doing. So thank you so much for doing it. I'm curious because you mentioned a number of things. Is there are there any potential risks with your business, like whether it's legally or, that type, because of the type of kind of support you're giving? Are there risks that you've kind of tried to minimize, and have you done anything about them?
Yeah, definitely. So there are a couple of risks. One being the advice or guides that we provide, and we explicitly state that it is suggestions only, and that it's not qualified advice or counselling, and that we will never replace qualified counselling or support. And that's why we link parents to the organisations that have that qualified advice and counselling specifically. So that's how we've mitigated that risk. The other risk, of course, is the actual care products, and if anybody has any allergens to the care products that we provide in the care packages. So we have listed all of our suppliers on the website, so each person can actually go and find out the ingredients for all of the care items as well. So it's, as part of our terms, when you purchase a care package, you are accepting that you have actually fully gone into any details or any ingredients that may cause an allergic reaction. And if you feel that it may cause an allergic reaction for the intended recipient, to reach out to us and we can make sure that it's not going to cause any harm, either that or to take that care item out of the care package and make a custom one so that it minimizes that risk.
Okay, fantastic. No, that sounds good. Yeah, I was just curious about that because I work so much in a space where there's a lot of kind of risk legally, like with financial advice and things like that. So when I heard your pitch, I was like, yeah, I need to just check, if you're on top of that, because a lot of people, they're doing amazing work and they're kind of caught out on that stuff if they don't actually look into it. But it sounds like you've obviously been, you've taken care of that and you've reviewed that, which is always good. So thank you so much, Barbara. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I got a question. You mentioned $5,000, right? If I heard correctly.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So that's to set up the entity. Where are you going to use that money?
Yeah, so there's 2 entities that need to be set up. So currently I'm a sole trader at the moment. So Sweet Peanuts will continue as a social enterprise, which will be a PTY limited company. But there will also be a separate entity, which will be a public company limited by guarantee with DGR status. And the money is to set up both of those entities, ideally at the same time. The charity will take a few more months to set up because the company doesn't take too much to set up. But that amount is to cover the cost to set up both of those, the business registration, ACN, and the legal fees to work out the constitution that's needed for the charity as well, and get some legal advice as well.
So my question is, because with 5,000 you can set up those entities, how are you going to run it? Where the next capital going to come? Ongoing expenses, even doing like regular bars, and there's so many things that you have to do when you run a charity or company. How are you going to manage those expenses?
Yeah, so for the social enterprise side of things, the social enterprise will expand to other services as well. So we're looking at expanding our services to cater care packages and paper packs for any occasion. So I'm looking at expanding the actual revenue streams through that purpose, as well as attending events and seeing if we can get corporate philanthropy interest as well as investors. So I'll be doing a pitch later this month to see if I can either get some angel investment or corporate investment into the P2I Limited structure and help them set us up with that structure and invest at the same time. And then from the charity side of things, the profits from the social enterprise will donate directly to the charity as part of its revenue stream. But we'll also keep connections with corporate philanthropy, particularly with the Gold Coast Hospital Foundation and other foundations that are linked to hospitals.
So my advice to this scenario will be: one, you need more money than you realize. So probably
Yep.
think about the long-term plan. Like when I tell people, like when they're going through raise, look for next 3 years, whatever
Mm-hmm.
expenses you need, ask for that
Yep.
much money at least. Okay. uh, of course, if you get more revenue stream and everything and get your things sorted well before that, good,
Mm-hmm.
you can pay money back, or you can give them dividends or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad story at all. But if you do not, then you do not want to be out again raising the money again in 3 months. All right. uh, for
Mm-hmm.
5,000 or something, you can just run a GoFundMe campaign, and you will get probably more money than that. You don't need
Mm.
to go to Angel or anyone. Um, when you go to Angel or someone, they either, unless they are a social organization who has the corporate or some social funding, they will not
Mm-hmm.
put money. That's a harsh reality, because they put money to make money. So for something like this, GoFundMe, or a long term, like, accessing fund from some social enterprises or networks that can fund
Yep.
it, probably a better channel. But in that case
Yep.
as well, go for a 3 year plan, not for what you need right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will always be asking money and then going, and you want to actually focus on the work you are doing, and not
Yep.
just, like, be under constant stress or financial stress, that you can't focus on the real work. Then that
Mm-hmm.
just kills the both world. All right.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
do that. For 5,000, like I said, if you run GoFundMe, probably I'll put a couple of hundred, and I'm sure most of us will. That's not a hard, like, target to go to. So
Mm-hmm.
probably look at that long term. What you are doing
Yep.
is amazing, and it is required. I know firsthand. I have few friends, female friends, who have gone through that experience, and it has been hard. They couldn't even talk to their husband or even partner or like immediate family, because the kind of
Yep.
response they got was just absolutely horrific. So I do understand the value, but what I'm saying is, look for long term, so that you can actually make some difference, and like actually
Mm-hmm.
create a larger scale.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you for that. Yeah, we'll definitely be looking into getting social enterprise certified, as well as chasing after the social enterprise grants as well.
So I will also offer, other than the Constitution, because I'm not qualified, so any of the company registrations that we require, Endurance Financial will donate those to you, because I can prepare them at cost. Okay, so one, they'll be at cost, and two, you won't have to pay anyone else to do them. But I can't do the specific Constitution. I'm not qualified. So we'll talk offline, and Endurance Financial will donate what they can in terms of preparing those when you're ready.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
That's amazing. Oh, thanks so much, Amanda. And congratulations, Barbara. What an amazing pitch you did, and good luck for your big pitch that you've got coming up as well.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Well, that's our final presenter for today. It's been so inspiring. We've heard from some very incredible women doing big things in the world. Were there any last comments from our panel?
Oh, yes, of course there is. Peace and Katie, what you have created and the strength that you and support that you provide these women need to be celebrated by not only us here today, but those listening to this session afterwards. I hope both you and Katie are sitting there nice and tall with huge smiles on your faces like proud parents, because the caliber of these pitches have been amazing. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much, Amanda.
I just want to add one, and probably this is a pragmatic approach to very emotional and, like, very how do you say, purpose-driven pitches that we have gone through. But I heard this TED talk which just changed my perspective about charity. That Canva created $1 billion company, and they donated large sum of that to charity. Now, they started as a business and then they did charity. Same happened with Amazon when Jeff Bezos and his wife got separated. His wife donated most of the earnings he got. So even if you are like doing it for the good of people, look at it as a business, grow your revenue, so you can make the change as a bigger scale. And because at the end of the day, what we all want to do is do the change, bring the change, but at a larger scale. And it's easier to do when the operations are thought as a business, but the purpose is not. So people who are actually benefiting, people who you are helping, do not take this as a business, but the operation itself, please take that as a business so that you can create this at a larger scale than what you are doing right now. And that will take you a long way. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, ladies. You should be so proud of yourselves. You showed up. It's tough. It can be scary, but you did it, and your pitches were fantastic. And of course, this is just the beginning, or not even the beginning. You've already been doing the Women's Business School, but well done. And I'm so looking forward to seeing what you achieve after this and, in the future. So continue on with your amazing missions. And peace, and everyone in Katie and everyone in the team, as Amanda said, you should be very proud. You're really impacting the world in many ways with what you do. And thanks for having us.
Thank you so much. And it's been wonderful having you as our panelists. And thank you for all of the wisdom and advice that you've shared with the students. And congratulations to all of our pitchers over the last few days. You've done such an incredible job, and Katie and I are very proud of all of you and can't wait to see what the future has in store for all of you. So happy International Women's Entrepreneurship Day, everyone. And we will see you all again very soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.